You were once the center of someone's universe. Then, without warning, the pedestal is replaced by heavy criticism and a sudden, inexplicable discard. This rapid shift creates a state of severe psychological whiplash. This disorientation is a common reaction to the collapse of a shared fantasy, a rigid, artificial reality imposed on you to serve someone else's internal needs. We are going to deconstruct the specific steps of this cycle and provide a concrete toolkit to help you exit this framework and reclaim your reality. Breaking the trap starts with recognizing that this abuse follows a predictable, mechanical script. It is a systematic process that has nothing to do with your actual worth. Step 1 is a data mining operation. Through accelerated intimacy and constant interrogation, they map out your preferences, vulnerabilities, and dreams in exhaustive detail. They use this data for coercive snapshotting. They capture a mental image of you and internalize it, creating a flawless, idealized avatar in their mind. From this point on, they interact with this internal object rather than the real person in front of them. Maintaining this internal perfection requires constricting your life. They begin restricting your hobbies, isolating you from friends, and micromanaging your behaviors to ensure you stay within the boundaries of their mental avatar. Start auditing this history by keeping a reality journal. Look for early signals of a hostile takeover, such as demands for absolute trust and total intimacy within the first few days of the relationship. These initial records reveal how the early phase focuses on constructing a controllable internal object. By reviewing these entries, you can identify a blueprint for a calculated takeover. Step 2 involves the internal discard. The facade eventually fails, and focus is replaced by contempt. Source 8 outlines this transition from the shared fantasy into the bargaining and discard phases. A specific psychological hurdle appears here. If the narcissist walks away from a partner they labeled as perfect, it proves their judgment is fallible. To protect their sense of omniscience, they cannot admit that choosing you was an error. They resolve this through a defense mechanism called splitting. They must rewrite the internal avatar, transforming it from a perfect partner into a persecutory enemy to justify getting rid of it. This rewrite relies on projection. They take their own shame and they attribute them to you. This creates a disconnect between their mental process and your experience. In their mind, the sequence moves directly from idealization to discard. Mentally, they have already left the relationship. In your reality, a middle step appears, devaluation. This is the time between their internal decision to discard you and the physical act of leaving. During this phase, you are treated as the repository for their projected flaws. Recognizing this contempt as a projection neutralizes its impact. Their insults describe their own internal state, not your objective reality. Step 3 is anticipating the external discard. They keep you present during devaluation because they need a target to absorb their projected shame while they process their own exit strategy. The external discard often involves public humiliation and smear campaigns. By destroying your social support and shared history, they attempt to leave you without the resources to challenge their narrative. This is frequently followed by the replacement phase. They seek out a new source of supply to snapshot and idealize, restarting the mechanical loop from the beginning with a new person. Be prepared for intermittent reinforcement during this time. They may briefly offer a section or false promises to keep you in a state of uncertainty, which allows them to continue the cycle of abuse. Mapping this sequence removes the element of surprise. Understanding these mechanical responses to internal tension lets you stop searching for your own faults in the relation, the execution of your reality reclamation. This involves taking active, daily steps to detach from the narcissist's framework and rebuild your personal agency. Maintain your reality journal. Recording objective facts and specific events daily creates a hard defense against gaslighting. It ensures your memories remain anchored in evidence. Implement a validation detox. Stop all closure attempts. Stop seeking apologies. End the manipulation. Extend no fantasy. Consistently applying these 3 habits starves the need for supply and systematically breaks coercive control, allowing you to restore your sense of self. The cycle of idealization and devaluation functions as a rigid, repetitive script. Identifying these stages reveals a series of mechanical maneuvers used to stabilize a fragile internal state. The projections and insults directed at you are tools of a disordered defense mechanism. They do not constitute an accurate reflection of your life or character. You can find a downloadable reality reclamation checklist in the description to help track your daily progress. You are no longer a figment in a shared fantasy or an object in someone else's mind. You are separate, you are real, and your reality belongs to you again.